Hi everybody, welcome to TDL Live. Yes, woo!
March 1st.
March
Spring's
1st.
here.
Spring
Spring
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day is behind us. It's all, we've made it through the most depressing part of the year. It's all good from here.
Because you can drink now. Is that
Are you saying I've been drinking tonight? Come on now. Welcome everybody to TDL Live, the show where we take a look at the week's tech news and Apple news and everything. We put it in the bowl, and want to let you know tonight's show brought to you by Befruited. Now, you know the game Bejeweled.
Yeah.
Befruited is
Very popular.
It is. Befruited is an iPhone game. It's similar. The gameplay is similar to Bejeweled. You want to match three things and try to match more than that, make them disappear. Also like that alchemy game.
Yeah.
But the difference is you move the rows, you kind of move them up and down, left and right. And you'll see when you take a look at it. But anyhow, it's Befruited for the iPhone and iPod
because
Touch.
it's fruit.
And
I guess that you're matching. I would. That's what.
Yeah,
I
that's
would
correct.
guess.
That's right. There are also some wasps and some other butterflies and
Okay.
such, but butterfly didn't sound like a very good
Yeah.
name. So please check out Befruited on our sponsors page. Go to thedigital.tv/sponsors. Click on the icon, and you can learn more about Befruited. Now then, I'm Ryan Ritchie. This is Jamie DeGrazio, and this is the news of the week, and a very light news week.
Yeah.
It is a light news week.
Stretch them out. Speak slowly.
We will take our time on these. You know, we can give them the love and care they deserve this week.
Yeah.
So, anyhow, without further ado, I'm going to work on getting the iChat up.
Yeah, and the kids love the iChat. They love the.
Don't forget TDL Live.
Add something to the show. You're refusing to bring it up.
No, I'm working on it. I'll get it up here.
Should I just start any time, whenever I'm ready to start?
You feel comfortable.
Well, you still have your sleeping bags from when you used to go to camp, right?
I still have my sleepy hair.
Really? Do you have any sleeping bags here?
There might be.
Because you better get the sleeping bag ready because there's a possible iPad shortage.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if you've
Already?
heard this. Yes. This comes from Apple Insider.
Okay.
So, unspecified production problems, according to this rumor, have hit the iPad manufacturer. And I don't know, one of those Asian companies that are there. And that they're saying that the number of launch units could be as low as 300,000 in the U.S. And that they're going to, I guess, try to, U.S. will get the bulk of the units. And I think initially they were saying, you know, it could have been as high as 800,000 or 1 million. So if this is true, you know, 300,000, when you think about the demand that the iPhone had, I mean, that's like, you're talking PS3, when that launched, there were 200,000 or so. And this demand, I mean, this should be more popular than that.
You would think.
So you might be camping out.
You might to get those sleeping bags
Yes.
ready. Of course, I wonder how they will allot them if there's a pre-order process, which we would.
Well, that makes me wonder, you know, there was that rumor the other week that there was a pre-order was any day now, and they didn't have the pre-order. Now, I'm thinking that if there really is only 300,000 units or somewhere around that, I don't think they pre-order. I think
Camp out.
they just line up, first come, first serve.
I have to be a conspiracy theorist here. It's what I get paid for. And I'm going to go ahead and guess that of 300,000, maybe 30,000 will be the low end. You get there, you're in line, and they're like, well, we don't have any 8s.
What's this? No, I don't follow you. I'm sorry.
saying of the 300,000, I think they will miraculously have more of the higher end models.
Oh, the higher end.
So if you go
okay,
there,
gotcha.
if the kids go there with their quarters for $4.99
Sure.
and they have precisely $4.99,
Sure.
Old man Apple.
Well, it was like, remember back to the PS3 launch again, the 20 gig model for like, I don't know, $4.99 and the 60 gig for $5.99, and no one had the 20 gig.
Exactly.
Every store had the more expensive model, so yeah.
Coincidence.
Probably right.
Also, I wonder if it relates to another story we're going to talk about. Maybe the problem with the production side of things was because they had to slap the wrists of some of the
They said to hire more kids.
some of the producers. Oh, geez, we'll get there. And I have a solution for Apple's problem if you didn't already see it on the blog. So, Apple's China manufacturing problem. Did you know they had a problem?
No, everything runs smoothly in China.
Well, you do now. See, it's amazing how this works. The fates are clearly with this show.
Yeah.
The wind is at our back.
I think you planned it that way.
So, the headline is Apple admits, quote unquote, using child labor. Now, really,
It's a little bit sensationalist.
right,
Yeah.
we're talking about 11, 15-year-olds, but not to downplay it,
Sure.
There is that, and there's also the fact there were multiple violations of. Apple says, okay, look, you can have these people work a 60-hour work week.
Which seems ridiculous. I'm sorry, but I don't know if that's the norm in China.
I think 80 is not uncommon with this manufacturing, but there were multiple violations of that. So here's the thing. First of all, this comes from Apple's own report. Apple went in and looked at these places, and this is what they found, and they're sharing it. Mm-hmm. No one else does this. HP doesn't say, Dell doesn't say, so I'll give them credit for that.
Yeah, and they're all using the same company.
Right, or two, or three. But having said that, what's the point? What's the point of going and doing it and telling everyone if now for the second time the resolution is, hey, you better be careful. We'll go somewhere else to get our iPads made. I don't have anywhere else to go. Yeah. Which brings me to the point of this whole thing. $40 billion in cash. I know that manufacturing lines are not cheap. But I think Apple should create an automated...
Create their own plant. You want them to build their own plant?
Maybe even here in the good old US of A. Stay with me.
You want to pay $1,000 for that iPad?
No. Because I don't think they need as many people. If it's a state-of-the-art automated plant. Now, but this isn't just happy, let's save the children.
Yeah.
There are strategic purposes for this.
Sure.
Just like it's expensive to have your own OS. To have your own OS, just like it's expensive to get touch screens for an iPhone before anyone else is doing it.
Yeah.
Steve hates leaks. You know, you want to control the whole process, build them. It doesn't have to be here. I think there would be enough incentives to offset at least some of the difference once you get up and rolling. It's going to be very expensive, but I think with $40 billion you don't know what to do with. I think it's a strategic decision they can make that no one else can make.
Or, I mean, I think companies, not just Apple, but HP and Dell and all these companies, Microsoft, if they got together, they could apply pressure to these manufacturers and maybe 40 hours or maybe 50 hours. I don't know. 60 hours is crazy to me.
But it's tough because there's no alternative. They know, these manufacturing companies know there's no alternative. They're not going to, go to Germany to manufacture this stuff. They know the choices are limited. There are only a few plants that are big enough to handle the capacity and also the complexity of what they're doing. Mm-hmm. But Apple knows what they need. Apple can make the plant. That's my way to save the world. They can use those Bloom energy servers to run it. You know, it doesn't even harm the environment. Sure. It's a happy, jolly place.
That seems like a nice movie.
Let us know what you think in the...
Or Mexico.
Oh, I'm told you sound computerized. Apparently there's a mic. Can you bring your mic down a little bit? You were auto-tuning yourself.
But I hear that's an improvement.
How is that?
Okay, maybe that works.
Please. Hey, you know what? Before we do that, I'm told you made it. You went to the movies this past week.
Well, I'm still struggling.
Are you okay?
I think I got it. I think it worked. The
movies came to you.
They did. They arrived on my doorstep. Mm-hmm. I checked out Book of Eli.
It's so good that you're a voting member of the Academy, so that you get these DVD screeners.
I do. Exactly. It was a DVD screener, and it had some, I don't know, maybe Lithuanian subtitles that popped up every now and then. But so Book of Eli with Denzel Washington. Okay.
Apocalyptic.
Yeah, post-apocalyptic. That takes place after nuclear war or something or other, sort of Mad Max Road Warrior. Anyhow, there's an Apple. Well, this is the reason why I'm bringing this. There's an Apple reference in the movie. Mm-hmm. So in the movie, Denzel Washington's character listens to an iPod.
Like a current?
It's a 3G, third gen iPod with the four face buttons. Remember that lit up, and he listens to that. Okay, now there's a couple things that was crazy about this movie, but to me this was the most unbelievable fact that after a nuclear war, that not only nothing else works. I mean, there's no running water, there's no gasoline scarce and everything, but he's got an iPod that functions. Now,
what's his battery life on that?
First of all, we worked at the Apple Store. Those hard drives aren't going to last.
Right.
Batteries aren't going to last. I think didn't that version fall into the class action lawsuit even? Anyhow, but he so he does need to charge it occasionally. So now he doesn't have a Mac to plug it in. There's no electricity.
Okay.
But he brings it to this little like tinkerer guy in this little shop. He says, "Oh, I can charge it for you. I'll just take it apart and I'll charge it for you." And he trades him baby wipes basically, and like some, I don't know, pajamas, because people just barter.
Okay.
And he was going to charge it for him. And the guy looks at it and goes, "I haven't seen one of these since the '90s," which that's wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, he charges up his 3G iPod after the nuclear war.
So it's not that he just has it. It's actually
It has music on it. He listens to like some R&B.
It's actually a plot point, basically.
Yeah, well, it's like it's his thing. And at the end, I don't want to give away the movie, but at the end, that gets kind of passed on. It's still working, this iPod. It gets passed on to somebody else, and they're listening to it at the end.
Oh, jeez.
But they had black headphones, so maybe it was a Zoom. I don't know.
Oh, boy. You're up, sir. Since the 90s? Would they really make that mistake? Or is this an alternate reality?
I don't know. They eat cats in it. I wasn't happy about that. Speaking of music, your favorite artist, Johnny Cash.
I'm nothing if not the man in black, yes.
You shot a man in Reno once. So Johnny Cash,
Folsom County Blues, yes.
Johnny Cash was the 10th billionth download from iTunes. I don't know if you knew that. So it was Johnny Cash's "I Guess Things Happen That Way." Never heard that song. I don't know what album that's off.
Well, and I don't know if we have this separated as a separate story, but the person who won...
Yeah, I think that's a separate story.
Who cares? Thought it was a prank.
Well, because Steve Jobs calls the guy, and the guy's kind of old himself. He looked like he was like in his 70s. I think he downloaded the song for his grandkids, or he's making a mix or something. And Jobs calls him and says, "Hello, this is Steve Jobs from Apple." And the guy says, "Bullshit." No, he said, "You're lying. Who is this?" And "No, this is Steve Jobs from Apple." Bullshit. And then what? He sees on the caller ID.
It says Steve Jobs.
It says Steve Jobs from Apple. Right. Yeah.
Then you know once it says that.
Yeah.
Well, here's my plan. If they do this again, which they probably won't do it at 11.
20, right?
It might be 20, 20, maybe 15. We'll see how quickly it goes. But I think we should start pooling the TDL money. And when it gets real close, just buy like 10,000 songs. Because would that not be the coup of our network's existence here if we get Steve on the phone?
Well, here's the thing. I was thinking about this. So you get this gift card, but I think it's only for iTunes.
Yes.
Like, what can you... Two things. One, what can you... You can never spend it, so it's a lifetime. There's not enough songs and apps that you could spend ever, right, in your lifetime on iTunes.
Right.
And two, don't you have to pay tax on that? Anything...
Well, gift tax, yeah.
So you're paying probably $4,000 in tax, right? To cover...
You're a regular Jim Cramer. Well, you're add money up here.
I mean, can you sell that now? Can you sell that on eBay?
You can sell the gift card. I don't know, but he has a Nano. And he was like, well, I guess I'm going to have to get a bigger iPod.
Wouldn't you really rather have like $2,000 in cash versus a $10,000 iTunes gift card?
You know, that's interesting because there are those sites where you can resell gift cards.
Yeah.
I don't...
I would resell, because otherwise you're going to spend $4,000 in tax money. I don't know.
We're not tax advisors. There it is. See? It's amazing. I'm telling you, the wind is at our back. Called it a prank. He actually is a grandfather. Lives in Woodstock, Georgia. He's a grandfather of 19, I want to say. Grandfather of 9. I apologize.
19.
Yeah. Thought his daughter was the octo mom there for a minute. He chose the song after listening to a 30-second preview that, quote, had some really good picking in it. That comes to us from Mac.
Do you think they chatted about anything else? Or
that would be.
How long was the conversation?
That must have been such an incredibly awkward conversation because Steve doesn't like to talk to the common man to begin with.
Do you think, like, because this is an older guy too, and
in Georgia, he probably
was like, "Well, how you feeling?" "Well, I had my niece died of liver cancer. How are you?" That must have been really awkward.
Liver, that's nothing. You haven't lived till. Yes, that's. I'm sure it was an interesting and brief conversation. And I can only imagine how pissed he probably was when the guy hung up on him twice. Or that was an ego trip for him. He's like, I'm at the level, no one can believe it's me. So, anyhow.
Well, I didn't read this. I'm just going to lateral this to you. This is right up your alley.
Just to clarify, one of our viewers saying that it was not even a physical gift card. It just was credited to his account, so he couldn't even sell it.
So maybe he doesn't have to pay tax on it then.
It's still a prize. I think there would be a prize tax. Okay, so talking about being up somebody's alley. This is
you're going down this road.
This is you. Tiger Text.
Yeah.
New app. Deletes your dirty texts on someone else's phone.
How does that work?
So, well, there is a caveat to it that makes the whole thing nearly useless. But imagine, if you will, you send a text message.
Yes.
Ooh, I sure hope person Y doesn't see what I sent to person X on their phone. Tiger Text disappears. You can set it for a certain amount of time to be gone, or you can go in and
it actually removes it from the other person's phone.
Yes, but here's the problem. It's only within the app. So the other person...
So they have to be using... Oh, right. Okay.
And good luck. Let's say, hypothetically, you were using this to... maybe it's called Tiger Text.
Yes.
Because sometimes Tiger... let's say you were Tiger. And you had somebody on the side.
So now you have to tell them
to
go download this app. Hey, there's this new MMS app I need you to try out.
Now, maybe Tiger Woods can get away with it because it has his name in the app.
Yeah, I'm sponsoring this. I'll give you a free code to download it.
But the rest of us, out of luck. Good luck getting someone to install that. So, anyhow.
Well, speaking of awkward social situations.
Yes.
Update on your Facebook status.
So I'm still on Facebook. You know, last week I was going to pull the plug. I still want to pull the plug. But for those of you who don't know, in addition to the whole TDL world, I do video production stuff on the side, and soon I should just have a number to call if you need a video made. But at any rate, had some good new business leads come in from Facebook this week, and I'm like, well, I don't want to get rid of this because it is kind of a business tool, but I just...
Well, speaking of Facebook, I'm convinced we're only months away from Facebook turning into MySpace.
Okay.
Two things have happened to me. One, I got some sort of notification about, I guess they browse my profile. I don't know how they found it. Browse your profile where you're located, and then they spam me a $50 massage parlor coupon in Philadelphia. And two, you know how on MySpace you would get these random friend requests from these beautiful women?
Right, that's starting.
Yes, that's starting on Facebook. Yeah, so.
But the ones I know who they are.
So I think we're months away just from it all crashing down.
Folks, can you let me know, is this happening to you? I don't know anyone else that's getting massage parlor.
And there's a coupon for a $50 massage.
It comes in your email?
And just a notification just popped up. I don't know. I didn't click on anything. I wasn't going to any strange websites.
Steve Jobs had a birthday, I'm told. I thought that happened before last week's show, but I don't think we mentioned it last week.
Happy birthday. We should have cupcakes. Where's Matt Girl with the cupcakes? No?
Wow. Just an eerie silence.
Are you? Should I continue?
I'm just getting caught up on the iPad.
HDMI Macs. You're ready for it,
Never
right?
will happen.
So another little news tidbit from our friends at Apple Insider. So it looks like there might be an HDMI-equipped Mac Mini. I guess they've had some leaked images. I don't know how legit those images are. It could just be photoshopped, who knows. But that's the rumor, that you're going to get HDMI on the Mac Mini.
So if you get HDMI on the Mac Mini, why would you get an Apple TV? Is this not yet another reason to not get an Apple TV?
Because if HDMI on the Mac Mini, I mean, you could hook up your Mac Mini now to an HDTV.
Right, you need a different cable.
Yeah, it's still kind of like a roll your own sort of media server when Apple TV, I guess you just plug it in and it's all there for you.
But it's only stuff I've bought. You don't
sure,
like that.
I don't like that.
Hulu on your TV?
Here's the Apple TV problem.
Okay.
Rolled up, short and easy to understand.
Yes.
The people who want to do that kind of stuff, stream media, know there are better solutions out there. Everybody else who could use the Apple TV, they don't want to do that. They're not interested in doing those things. That's it. That's the problem.
It's just that simple.
That's the problem. I don't know how you solve that problem.
I don't understand why we don't get invited to the board meetings. Because we've got the problem solved here. It's a hobby. So I got a chart. This is a little complicated here. Woo! But basically, it goes back to what we were talking about a few episodes ago. The new numbers are out on browser share. I'm not going to try to read you now because I hate trying to read numbers when we don't have graphics. But basically, the key number here is, as predicted, Internet Explorer continuing to fall, down from 62.12% in January to 61.58% in February 2010.
I read somewhere today that the Chrome browser.
Chrome has taken off.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In less than a year, it's gone from 0, but in April it had 1.79%, now up to 5.6. Safari dipped just a little bit from 4.53 to 4.45. So much for not reading numbers.
I think the one that's probably going to be in trouble is Firefox.
Opera holding in there at 2.3%.
Yep.
You
I've never used Opera.
Now, you used to be a Camino user. So.
Yeah, big on years ago.
Does it still exist, or is it all rolled into?
I don't know. I think it's still out there somewhere.
They'll let us know. They're good.
Along with iCab.
And the rating. What was the ratings thing with the tools on .Mac? Remember that?
iTools?
They used to have on iTools. There was a thing to rate.
Oh yeah.
It's not a browser, but I just thought I'd bring it up.
We got to stretch this out. We got 7 minutes. What are we going to talk about?
We're fine. Let's see what we got in there. We'll empty the bowl first.
So Google, our friends at Google, they're just buying up everything.
Larry?
Yeah. They're taking on. I've never used Photoshop.com, but they bought this company called Picnic.
Yes.
Which I guess they're going to. I guess it's like Photoshop.com, which is an online, website where you can upload your photo and you can do some simple editing and correction and everything.
Right.
So
pretty cool.
They're probably going to roll this into Picasso, you would think.
I used Picnic a while back. There was a blog that never materialized looking at 5 different online image editors. Compared to Photoshop.com, they are kind of similar. Picnic has more of a Web 2.0 feel.
Yeah.
Lots of white space and reflective names. And I'm surprised it has all the vowels in the name.
Yeah.
Actually, it has the extra K.
Yeah, it's spelled.
Picnic with a K on the end. But anyhow, it's Web 2.0. Photoshop obviously has a lot of name recognition. Where's the online iPhoto?
I mean, these things could get kind of interesting with the iPad coming out, though.
Well, unless they use Flash.
That's true.
Or the Java performance.
I don't know, but that could get interesting.
But you're right, and there could be. It's going to be interesting to see when you have the whole Photoshop package for however many hundreds of dollars Photoshop is now. You have Photoshop.com, which is free. You're right. What comes to the iPad at say $4.99? Are we going to see startups making 90% of Photoshop for $5?
Yeah.
What are you going to see? So, it should be interesting.
That's it. That's a show. I'm out of here.
That's it.
Just go walk off and let the camera run.
Let it run. Well, just let people think. Be their moment of zen. Just think about everything that they've heard tonight. I wanted to mention. Oh, we didn't. I thought we had it as a story. The PS3 outage.
Yeah. So if you have a PS3, don't turn it on. I hear.
I didn't.
Don't plug it into the network. Don't even look at it.
But now supposedly it's fixed. Yeah. But we don't know what that means. If it means the time just passed. Explain what the error was.
Well, I don't know if they even know. But I've read that it was some sort of weird calendar or date error where it reset your clock to 1999, December 31st, 1999. And the weird thing was that even games that weren't online enabled wouldn't work. It screwed up the whole PSN front end interface.
Right.
So I don't know. It's very strange.
But now they're saying things are okay. I'll turn mine on later, but I don't know if I'm going to have to download. If it's just going to work, or.
So a lot of the fanboys, this is one of those things that gets the Microsoft Xbox lovers riled up versus the PSN. And because Microsoft has had their share. They've had their share of outages.
Sure.
But at least PSN's free. So if it goes down, at least you can't complain. You're not paying for it.
From the iChat, one theory being it might be a leap year bug. Interesting.
Yeah.
And also Camino 2.0 is out.
Oh.
So
get that right now.
There you go. So you think the end of Facebook? I think it's near the end for me. Do you still have a MySpace profiles floating around?
I do. I've never. It's just not used. It's just out there in the ether.
Let's start there. Let's get rid of those because I've got one of those and I don't. There's no one on there that I can't communicate with on Facebook.
There you go. So why don't you? That's what you should do this week.
Small steps.
Just get rid of the Facebook. Get rid of your GeoCity.
But the problem is, GeoCity.
Get rid of MySpace. Get rid of GeoCity.
Fire. What was the? Come on, somebody help me.
The Zoom. What was that?
Zoom was one.
Get rid of your Zoom
GeoCities. No, I want to say Fire Angel. That's not right.
Yeah, Angel Fire.
Angel Fire.
Yep. Yeah, get rid of that too.
You remember my Angel Fire. But see, now MySpace, I still distribute our app reviews and stuff on MySpace. And they get some views over there. I should just shut it off. You're right. I'm shutting it off. Go to YouTube or go to our site if you want to see videos. Who watches videos on MySpace? It must be people in other countries where
Facebook hasn't landed yet. They're not aware. It hasn't reached them yet through the internet.
No. Thank you very much, everyone. Don't forget, also, we've got a new episode of Double Tap coming up later this week. You want to give everyone a teaser what your app is?
I'm not even sure what I'm doing.
Oh, great.
We'll figure it out in a couple minutes.
We will. We'll figure it out in a couple minutes. Sounds good. Don't forget to check out Be Fruited. It's a lot like Bejeweled. It's a fun, addictive Match 3 game for the iPhone. You can find out more. Just click on the banner over on thedigitallifestyle.tv/sponsors. Be Fruited. You know what? Maybe can I do that? Maybe I'll do that in the show. If I disclaim it, is that okay? It's fun, because I'll tell you something funny about Be Fruited. I actually got a promo code and I was playing it before they contacted us separately about an ad. So I was already working on a review, and now I don't know. Should I put the review up? Is it going to seem like it's because they bought an ad? We don't know what to do about ethics around here.
You don't have any. It's best not to have any.
It makes things easier, right? So I think as long as we disclose it, and we've disclosed it tonight already, I'll do a different app for Double Tap, but I still want to put that up. A lot of insider baseball.
Yeah, why don't you just wrap this up?
This is like our show after the show.
Why don't you
we should do like Oprah, right? And have the show after the show. And
Sure.
people get to see what really happens.
Sure.
Wrap it up?
Yeah, wrap that up.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. We'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.